G'day fellas, welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the southeast side of the map, playing in the color yellow as the Holy Roman Empire. This is not a big noob, ladies and gentlemen. This is Puppy Paw. And on the northwest side of the map, playing in the color orange as the Malians. No, this is not, I'm not going to say his name because, well, you know why. This is the Wallalol god himself. This is Salami. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're here once again on Hill and Dale. It is a map that has been seeing a bit of a resurgence in ranked. I guess people have probably got a little bit bored with all the Mediterranean that was popping up, all the Altai that was popping up, and they said, well, you know what? I guess it's time to change our vetoes around, because I know a lot of people are a bit tired, a bit sick of it. We've seen this map. This map has been around since, I think since the beta. It's been around for a really long time. So people kind of grow a little bit bored with it. You know, you need something to keep you excited, to keep you changing the way that you play your game. But unfortunately, getting the same map over and over and over again for months on end, it begins to hurt. But let's talk a little bit about what we've got for ourselves today. We've got ourselves a matchup on Hill and Dale, which I suspect may have a bit of trade involved. Now, on this map, trade, a very strong component. If you wish to do so, you can indeed do so. You can see how easy it is to defend any kind of trade. Very simple to wall across these small little choke points here. You can wall the front of your base as well. Some people opt to keep it open just so that they can defend there. And then you wall out towards the side. Nice and easy walls that you've got there. Can protect your trade, keep it alive, and then you can put those toll outposts on the back. Of course, Malian's known for it. We've seen Salami do it a million times, and I think that's going to be the question as to whether he does it. And if he does do it, how does the HRE, how does Puppy Paw look to respond? I can see Puppy Paw starting off with an early amount of sheep. So I guess that begs the question, what kind of strategy is Puppy Paw looking to play here? Now, one of the things to note is that better players are greedy players. So I suspect, if anything, we're probably going to see Puppy Paw be quite greedy this game, even against the Malian trade. And I don't actually know who wins that. You know, if Puppy Paw goes for a fast castle into Regnitz Cathedral, looks to pick up the relics, realistically, you know, is he going to be able to, or rather, is he going to be out? Oh my god, why can't I say that? Is he going to be able to out-eco Salami with his trade? And even if the Swabia comes in, like, the way I think about it is one trader is at max distance on the map is worth 1.5 villages. But when it is a trader from the Malians, it's worth a bit more, like 2.2, 2.3 villages. And then, of course, on top of that, you have like 5 markets up here all making traders. Which one's going to work out better? Is it going to be the traders in the long run? Is it going to be the villagers? Because something tells me it's probably going to be the traders. So I don't know. Maybe fast Imperial's not the way to go here for our Holy Roman Empire player on the south side. But we'll check in now with Salami in the north of the map, or rather in the west of the map, as he does begin to drop down the Mansa Quarry. So it's not going to be the trade landmark. It's not going to be the Saharan Trade Network, and I think this is quite standard. I think if you go for the Saharan Trade Network, you're almost bottlenecking yourself into that play, or that play style, and Salami got to be careful right now. Yeah, Salami got to be very careful right now. He's his name right now, oh yeah, I'm not going to say it, but he's playing with fire. Let's just put it this way. You can see the scout is just trying to come in and kill these deer before they can be pushed in. Ideally, what Puppy Paw wants to do is he wants to make sure that these deer are right next to the Archon-Chapel, and look at the way that he's guarding them, just making sure. Salami being so cheeky, he's trying to get another shot off. Oh, he's got to be so careful. Archon-Chapel almost up though. Beautiful Archon-Chapel. Oh, can we just talk about this Archon-Chapel? Is this probably the... I'm going to say it. I think this is the best Archon-Chapel I've ever seen. This is what we know as the juicer. This has got a gold, a town center, a deer patch, a berry patch, and a small wood line. That right there, that is a 10 out of 10. You cannot get a better Archon-Chapel than that. Now, of course, obviously, you know, you could throw down, you could say, oh, it doesn't have a stone drongo, it's not that good. Well, sure, it doesn't have a stone, but how often do we see How often do we see HRE going for stone? Looks like we're going to have a second town center coming out from our big noob over here, living up to his name, Puppy Paw. Now, to be fair, it's rare that we actually... you know what? 2TC has been making a comeback with the Holy Roman Empire. One of the things that makes it so damn strong is their emergency repairs. Emergency repairs allows that town center to stay alive for a lot longer than what it would have been, and subsequently lets you build up a defense in that time that you're emergency repairing. But over on the other side of the map, take a look at what we got here for Salami. He's just chilling out at the moment. Doesn't look like any trade coming through. if anything, it looks like a castle age coming through for Salami. Do we have a Malian fast castle here? You know, I don't actually think I've seen a Malian fast castle. But when you think about it, there's a lot of potential for it. So the Farimba garrison is the way that you'd go. You would make sure that you pick up your specialized pick technology, which has been buffed recently. You'd get plenty of pit mines with lots of housing space around it. You'd take advantage of the large gold mine in your base, even though it looks like you might not be able to fit maximum houses around there. I think there's some potential here for the way that Salami's looking to do this. Because he's halfway up now on the gold, more than halfway up on the food. And Puppy Paw now going to be looking to scout out his enemy and find out exactly what he's up to. Sees for the first time. There's a mill. Yet to actually scout out whether there's any trade. But obviously does see the Mansa Quarry, and that should give him a bit of an indication. Okay, well that reduces the likelihood of trade. But we do see he is scouting out right to the corner here. He knows how important it is to get verification on that trade, but now back over on the east side of the map, we do see that second town center is coming up. Salami spotting it out as well. Before the town center's even completed, Salami spots it out, so really well done there by him. And so now that we know that Puppy Paw is going for 2 TC play, what is the likelihood that he goes into Burgrave from this? Because when you think about it from the perspective of the Holy Roman Empire, what unit comp do they like to make? They love to make horsemen, love to make spears, men-at-arms, lance connect, all those melee units. That's what they're all about. And of course, they love to make knights. But the Burgrave Palace can be very strong. But my fear is that by going for the Burgrave Palace in a matchup like this, you kind of pigeonhole yourself into a men-at-arm type style. And playing against the Malians, they actually do very well against the men-at-arms. So part of the reason for not, or I guess the good part about not having crossbows is that you're very reliant on the Musafadi. I think are they just called Musafadi? Musafadi warriors? Musafadi, the little chicks that have got the stabby. I think they're Musafadi, right? Hold on, I gotta click this. I gotta do my research. I apologize. I should know that. I think I'm just drawing on a blank here. So anyway, they've got access to the Musafadi, and basically with the crossbows, you have to micro the crossbows, but you don't have to micro the Musafadi. You can just leave the Musafadi to fight against the men-at-arms, and it makes it very, very easy for you in dealing with that sort of men-at-arm timing attack. Now, of course, once your enemy begins mixing in lance connect, it's completely different because now your archers, well, now you're going to need archers to snipe out those lance connect, and now there's a bit more micro involved. But from the outset, it seems very simple to do that. Over on the other side of the map now, we do see that Puppy Paw is looking for that castle age. My suspicion is that he's probably going to go for the Regnitz Cathedral. As I mentioned before, I think that a lot of the players are quite greedy at the moment in the current meta, even though the town centers have been nerfed. And we do see a little bit of a wall block. Salami reaching the castle age at about 8 minutes. Let's take a look and see what he does. Going up with the Farimba garrison. There's plenty of gold in the bank, and it's going to be Musafadi warrior. Yeah, so it is the Musafadi warrior. Okay, so I wasn't going crazy. I was a little bit fearful that I was, but specialized pick coming through, so doing all the right things so far, and also dropping down the barracks to get the upgrades for the Musafadi warrior. 10 out of 10, because you don't want to get it at the Farimba garrison, just simply because you want to be making your units out of the Farimba garrison. Very nicely played here by Salami. And we do see a mosque is dropped down immediately. Put quite a few vills on this, and we do see large gold vein going to be taken, so he's focusing heavily at this stage in the game on just making units. It's kind of like is he Burgraving the Burgraver right now? Scout moved out of position, unfortunately, so the re-wall going to come through here. He should be fine. And so with that wall coming up, we now have the Holy Roman Empire player who is completely walled in. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to the Regnitz Cathedral, he's going to need to get relics, but he's walled himself in. So he's going to have to find a way out of his base. Could be the north that he looks to go, but I only see the one prelate at the moment. Yeah, he's only got the one prelate, which for a Holy Roman Empire player making it with a Regnitz Cathedral under construction, it never feels good only to have one prelate, because ideally you want to try and pull value from this, but we do already begin to see imams moving out across the map. The first imam looking to pick up the relic at 9 minutes and 25 seconds. It does get scouted out by Puppy Paw. Counter wall coming in as well. Look at this. Look at this right here. We've got Puppy Paw being walled in by Salami. And now Salami attempting to put on some pressure towards the front. We do see the scout is almost going to get walled in. The archer going to be a bit defensive here. Let's take a look and see where that prelate is. And still, he's actually got no prelate. So goes for the Regnitz Cathedral, spots his enemy picking up relics, and then just it keeps doing it. He didn't cancel it. He wasn't like, I'll go for the Burgrave instead. So he's basically got a useless landmark. And okay, now he's making a prelate, but I can't help but feel like, what's the point? Like, you're walled in on the south flank, and you do see that. You know that you're walled in on the south flank. You know you're not getting anything out the front of your base because the enemy is just pumping out units non-stop. And up towards the east side, well, you're stuffed there as well. So Salami might be able to pick up 5 relics here and deny the relics from the Holy Roman Empire player. I can't help but feel this has only happened because of the greed that came out from Puppy Paw. He went for that second town center. You know, we talked about it a bit earlier, the fact that we don't typically see second TCs coming out a whole lot from the HRE. But perhaps he was expecting something a bit different. Perhaps he thought he was going to have the time to do this. Maybe he thought that there was going to be trade. And by the time he had scouted that there wasn't going to be any trade, he'd already committed to that second town center. So now he's left in a little bit of a tough spot because the prelate is moving out towards the center of the map. There's a single relic down here. There's also a relic over towards the east side. But he is starting to siege through this wall. Prelate continuing to move forward. Looks like the scout going to get caught out. Indeed, taken out. Now he needs to make sure. We might have a little bit of a race on right here. Mom over to the left of the screen. Archers to the right. Single relic remains. Obviously, there's still a second relic over here, but I'm building tension, guys. Musafati coming through. These guys don't look like they're in stealth. They're just going to run in at full speed. He's looking to pick this one up. Imam should be able to grab that one. Walalo comes in straight away. Salami says, "Get away from me. You smell bad." And indeed, he does get away from him. But not because he smells bad, but because there's Musafati chasing him. And you got to be careful of those guys, because they do hurt. And I like the fact that he's chasing his counter right now with the Musafati. A lot of people give these Musafati warriors a bad rap, but genuinely, I think they're quite decent. All right. Well, it looks like the hole in the wall over on the east side has been cleaned, or cleared rather, for the moment. Single relic over here, yet to be picked up by Salami, but he is heading out there. If we take a look, we can see that he has rallied towards this position. So I think that that Puppy Paw should, at the very least, get 1 relic. A lot of villagers on gold right now. So what is going on right here with Puppy Paw? That is a lot of villagers on gold. 18 vills on gold? Is he going imp already? Why do you have that many vills on gold? I guess he's got a lot of vills because he's 2 TC. Maybe that's it. Maybe mixing Lanch Connect, but even if he's mixing, he's not even going. There's nothing here at all. Puppy Paw struggling a little bit, housed at the moment. 80 out of 80. Shaman, or rather Imam, gonna get taken out. Prelate does manage to pick this one up. Hole in the wall back here will be used to safely get there. And indeed, Salami heads back to the pavilion. He's got 4 out of 5 relics though. That ain't bad. That ain't bad at all. I tell you what, if you can pinch 4 out of 5 relics against the HRE, you're gonna be having a good time. Now, I think the question is, where does Salami go from here? Because he's looking to pick up sacred sites now, and he can go for a sacred victory, but you and I both know that it's not really a likely victory condition for him. If anything, he's probably just looking to get a little bit more passive gold generated. But behind this, we start to see upgrades coming in. Double broadaxe, poisoned arrows, iron undermesh. And another sacred site in the north getting captured at the moment. Knight looking to deny it though, and you can see the Knight already right-clicked directly towards the Imam. In the middle of the map, the archers quite solid and strong. But Puppy Paw really starting to stack up those resources now. And Archer's going to get caught out of position. Now, keep in mind, these guys do have... Actually, no, they don't have their poison arrows just yet. Another 13 seconds. That's going to be able to bypass a lot of the armor from the Knight. Keep in mind, it does a huge amount of damage. It stacks up, and look at the Musafatis. They're in stealth. You can't look at them because they're in stealth. Incredible stuff right there. It's difficult to distinguish when a unit is in stealth and when it's not in stealth, but he uses the Musafati almost as pseudo-spearmen. And now we've got those poison arrows coming through. And indeed, the archers, they're going to be ticking down slowly. Losing their health. Overtime now. Does that stack against the gate? I was going to say, hold on. Can the gates get poisoned? Doesn't seem like it. Gates do not get poisoned. But look at the numbers now starting to come out from Salami. It looks like he's... What is Salami up to as well? He's just pumping out units non-stop at the moment. When it comes to his production timings, like... He has got 100% uptime on the Farimba Garrison, which means not only cheaper units, but a lot of units coming out, 5 at a time. But over on the other side of the map, look at this. Puppy Paw going for a bit of an Imperial timing. Now, the question is, how does Puppy Paw lose this? Because Puppy Paw's position is very solid right now. He gets up to Imperial. He moves straight into probably, I'm assuming, elite knights. I guess elite archers are probably the way that he does actually go. He's got so many archery ranges here, building up a pretty decent mass of archers. Farms are coming in. Everything's going very well for him. But now, Salami, I mean, the mass for Salami is looking pretty solid. I'm not going to lie. And a huge amount of stables coming in. What is going on right now for Salami? Also puts the 4th relic in, up towards the north. Sacred Site once again being captured. Does get denied for a second time. He's got 2 down to the south side. Trickling in gold slowly for him. But the Sofa making their way onto the field. Salami actually gathering quite a lot of stone here. 15 villagers on stone. So could be looking to go for an aggressive keep. Maybe realizes that now is the time of his discontent. I don't actually know where that quote's from. I don't know what it actually means, but I just hear it used like that, so I just throw it out there as well. But you can see he's coming for a push, and look at that Swabia. it's right on the front line. I guess that's probably like quite typical. It just feels very far forward. And now the Imperial Age comes through. Puppy Paw looking to pick up some more upgrades. We see straight going for cross-cut saw. What is this? He's like, oh, I'm Imperial. Time to get my elite upgrades. Nope, just kidding. It's cross-cut saw time, baby. What? What is Puppy Paw doing right now? Well, he looks like he might be in a little bit of trouble. There's a lot of villagers here as well. How many villas we got? We got 15 villagers here. The stone villagers. And now all of a sudden, the keep gets dropped. 15 villagers here, putting this keep down. And there doesn't seem to be a response at the moment from Puppy Paw. Massive amount of units beginning to move into the base of Puppy Paw. Defenses coming through. Elite upgrades on the way in. Needs another 40 seconds though. Probably should have started those before he started his tier 3 wood cutting crosscut saw. I can't believe it, Puppy Paw. What are you doing? And now the Sofa. Look how far they're pushing. They've got 7 ranged armor. He's picked up +2 for these bad boys as well. And the keep's going to go up on the backside. He's got no further stone for an additional keep drop, but he's got plenty of gold in the bank. He could actually look out to trade this gold. Oh, he trades it right there. He literally just traded all of the gold for stone. And the reason why you want to do that is because you're converting resources that you've just mined into a tangible asset on the front line of the enemy's base right now. It's the same reason why the Mongols and the Abbasids bonus to build siege in the field is so good, because you're converting that existing resource. And this is looking terrible right now for the Holy Roman Empire, who's got villagers, but they're dying so much. He's looking to try and bring them forward, but the Sofa, it's going to be able to counter them out, and he gets the elite archers through, but it's not even going to matter. He's just losing so many villas. Is Puppy Paw able to hold on though? He's got a pretty decent holding from this position on the south. Second keep is coming up as well, which is going to shut down the farmland. And how does he deal with that second keep? Musofadi running around the base right now, cleaning up everything. More and more units coming through. Stone mine actually going to be taken out as well. Look at the archers that are here. Puppy Paw's dead. He's dead. It's good game. Puppy Paw resigns against the Malians. Salami on the Malians. One of the top 10 players takes out Puppy Paw. One of the best in the world. Fellas, go check out these creators. I'm going to leave a link in the description to where you can watch them live. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. What a game.